Hi, my name's Cindy Farr, and I'm the Incident Commander for the Missoula City County Health Department's COVID-19 response. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, and this is my daily briefing. We haven't had a change in cases here in Missoula County. We're still holding at 41. 39 of those cases were identified by testing, and 2 were epi-linked. We've had 40 recoveries and 1 death, and we currently have no active cases in isolation and no close contacts. The state of Montana has had a total of 461 cases, which is up 2 from yesterday, and there have been 16 deaths so far statewide. First, I want to talk about our mobile testing clinic. We're really excited that we're going to be able to take our testing center on the road and out to some of our more rural communities in the county. The first stop for our testing center is going to be in Clinton this Thursday, May 14th. Our testing crew will park our public health van at the clubhouse parking lot near the elementary school. And the Missoula County residents or healthcare workers or first responders that work in Missoula County with COVID symptoms can make an appointment to get tested. We continue to follow CDC guidance on what symptoms to test, and the current guidance includes fever, cough, shortness of breath, chills, sore throat, muscle pain, vomiting, diarrhea, and new loss of taste or smell. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, please call the info line at 258-INFO and select option number 2 to speak to a nurse for screening and to make your appointment. Just like at the fairgrounds site, you can just make the appointment through that same telephone number. The mobile clinic will also work like it does at the fairgrounds. You drive up, you stay in your car, and the testing staff will guide you on how to perform the test yourself, since this helps limit contact and potential spread of the disease. The test is free, so no payment is required, and once you get your swab, you'll be given instructions to follow while you wait for your results to come in, and then you'll be on your way. With our testing crew and supplies out at Clinton on Thursday, we won't have the testing at the fairgrounds on that day, which will actually be booked with elections-related activity anyway. We'll be back at the fairgrounds on Friday, and any Missoula County resident or healthcare worker or first responder with symptoms can still call and make an appointment to get tested out there. While details are still in the works going forward, we hope to take the mobile testing clinic to outlying communities around the county once a week. Our testing capacity has increased a lot over the past few weeks, and the state recently announced a goal to scale up testing to 60,000 residents per month in Montana. More widespread testing is still key to keeping the spread of COVID-19 manageable, and deploying our mobile testing clinic will help us ramp up our testing throughout the county and not just here in Missoula. Also, remember that we're not the only agency that's doing testing in Missoula County. Many private providers are also doing testing, and you can find a list of those providers on our website at missoula.co/cvirus. So next I want to talk about the travel quarantine. As the weather warms up and we move into the summer tourism season, I just want to remind everyone that the state's 14-day quarantine for out-of-state travel does remain in effect. This means that if you travel out of Montana at any point, you need to quarantine for 2 weeks when you come back into the state. If you have family or friends who are coming to visit from out of state, they need to do the same. This applies to everyone unless you're here for work-related purposes. Quarantine means you stay at home or at your hotel or other accommodations, separating yourself from others and monitoring for symptoms of COVID-19, and then contacting a healthcare provider or a testing site if you develop those symptoms. If you are self-quarantining, you can't leave to go to the grocery store or public outdoor recreation or go to work or any other activity. You really must remain in your place of quarantine for the duration of the quarantine period. Since the stay-at-home order was lifted, a few additional cases have popped up in other places in Montana, and some were linked to out-of-state travel. One was from someone who traveled to Montana for work, and others were Montanans who traveled out of state. If we want to maintain the progress that we've made in Missoula County and keep our communities and businesses open, we really need to be vigilant in doing what we can to stop the spread, including following the quarantine mandate. If you operate some sort of accommodation, such as a hotel, Airbnb, or campground, the governor's directive requires that you post notice of the quarantine order. Unfortunately, we don't know how long into the summer the quarantine directive will continue. Remember, we're still only in phase 1 of reopening, and the governor's quarantine directive remains in effect until phase 3 or until he otherwise modifies that directive. The more that we all do to slow the spread, the faster we can move into the next phase. So I just want to say thank you to everybody in Missoula County for doing your part in helping us to keep this virus suppressed in our communities. So that's it for my daily briefing for today. As always, you can subscribe to me on YouTube under my name, Cindy Farr, that's CindyFarr. Click that notification bell so that you get notified when additional videos are uploaded. You can follow us on Facebook at the Missoula City County Health Department's Facebook page. We post lots of great information there. Check out our website at missoula.co/cvirus for information such as guidance for businesses or restaurants or bars, or general information about COVID-19, or to locate a testing center in our community. If you're having symptoms and would like to get tested, you can call 258-INFO to schedule a test if you're having any symptoms. You can also call that number for helping you to locate resources that might be available to you, such as rental assistance or other resources. Also, for any general questions about COVID-19, you can call that number. So that's 406-258-INFO or 258-4636. So until tomorrow, everybody stay healthy.